Hey guys, Tisha here, and we're back with another Sister Wives Season 18 review. Let me tell you all something right now. I'm going to try not to make this review super long, but there was so much that irritated me that I feel like it's going to be long. I'm going to break this up into Meri and Cody first to get them out the way. Then we're going to talk about the kids. Then we're going to talk about Janelle. Hopefully by the time I finish with Meri and Cody, I'll calm down and I won't be going off too much because I was really pissed off during this episode. So we see Cody and Robin come over in two separate vehicles. Did you come from two different locations? Did you really come from two different locations? Or was this a thing where you just did this to make us feel like y'all weren't together? What happened to Robin's van? Meri lets us know that the reason why she asked Robin to come over is because for some reason, Cody hears what Robin says, but he does not hear what Meri says. And I need for Meri to understand that this is called selective hearing, because we're going to see very closely as Meri's talking about what it is that she wants to do, that he does hear when she speaks. He just chooses not to understand or chooses not to listen. Robin knocks on the door. Meri says, "Come in," and she doesn't come in. She waits for Cody to come back to the door, and then they enter together. It's safe to say that Cody does not have a key to Meri's house. Meri says it would be nice if she could tell Cody that she wants to be downsizing and she's thinking about spending more time in Utah, and it would be a slap in the face. But she has a feeling that's not how it's going to go. Cody lets us know in the confessional that him and Meri do not have a marriage, but Robin is concerned about what people think. So as a result, him and Robin try to distance themselves, or more so, Robin tries to distance herself from Cody a lot when she's around the other wives. And then he talks about how this has always been an issue in their marriages, etc., etc. I don't think it's always been an issue. I've watched back at some of the newer seasons, and at one point they were showing affection in front of each other. I think that Meri explained it best. Meri said what led them to getting to a point where they stopped showing affection with each other when the other wives was around was because the wives had different dynamics with Cody. So Cody created an environment where he withheld certain things from some of his wives while he was still getting them from others. And as a result, he had closer connections with some than others. So of course, if you're in a situation where you're not receiving intimacy from your husband, you are going to be jealous when you see him happy and in love and in, as Meri has told us before, a functioning marriage with another wife. She asks Cody if everything's okay, kind of small talk, what's going on. And he lies and says that everything is going good. And Robin says everything is not okay. She is not okay. He claims that he has never been allowed to be in love with Robin or them find solace in one another. I don't understand how Cody so easily rewrites history. Looking back, they always were in love. It's been obvious from day one that they were in love as soon as she came into the picture. If you have your wife, Christine, saying that you're lovesick because you've went a certain amount of time without seeing Robin, does that not mean that they don't acknowledge that you're in love? If you're overly affectionate, if you're leaning in, if you're googly-eyed with her, there were clear signs that you were in love. They watched the show. They saw your honeymoon. They saw the things that you did with her. They saw how you treated her as one of your wives and how you listened to her. They knew you were in love. So you acting like, oh, I wasn't able to be in love with her. It's crazy to me. They sit down and Meri begins to tell Cody that the other day she had Robin come over to let her know that she's going to be moving her business to Utah and she's going to be downsizing. And as she's saying this, there's a huge smile on Kody's face when she says downsizing. It was very telling. As soon as she was done, he was like, cool, that's good, right? He wants Meri gone. I don't know what more Meri needs to see at this point to see that this man does not love her or wants her. Robin says that they talked about this before, about what Kody's reaction would be, and Meri said that he's not going to care. So as Meri's telling him, Robin is saying to herself, like, please say the right thing. Please say the right thing. Please give her something to hang on to. And I don't understand why. Like, for what, Robin? What reason does this woman need to continue to hang on? Meri, I thought it was 7 years, but at some point, Meri said something about 10 years. Meri's been hanging on for 10 years? 10 years? What more is there for Meri to hang on to? Meri gets distracted by a ring that's on Kody's finger, on his wedding finger, and she notices that it's a different ring from the one that he was given by his 4 wives. The last episode that I watched for my rewatch, so tongue-tied, was season 3. I don't remember the episode, but that's when he was given the ring from his wives, and that ring had 4 diamonds in it. Looked like a very nice ring, and he was so excited about the ring and so emotional. So for him not to understand why Meri would look at that finger and notice that a ring that she was a part of giving him was no longer on his finger, of course it would be something that she may mention. I think that the ring became a big deal, maybe because he knew what that ring meant to Meri and some of the other wives at the time. Maybe it became a big deal because it was something that was given to him by Robin. He says it's just a ring. Meri thinks that it's weird that he's so awkward about it. She says that if he didn't, want to respond or answer, about the ring, then maybe he should have taken it off before he came to the house. I don't think that the ring needed to be that much of a exchange, but I get why Meri felt the way that she felt. It's very awkward between them while they're having this discussion, and he asks her again about how the move is a good thing, and he's like, are you making the move because you don't have any help? He says that he doesn't really see the point of this conversation because he doesn't see Meri anyways. He doesn't want her to think that he's trying to get back into this marriage. He sees the writing on the wall and he's waiting for her to catch up. They have some pointless discussion about whether or not Meri is going to hang clothes on racks when she makes the move, because Kody talks about some memory about how when they were moving, she tried to hold the clothes on the racks, and Meri said a different version of it. And as they're saying this, Robin's dumbtail says, this is why I wonder if there's still something, because he's talking to her about something that happened 5 or 6 years ago. Does Robin have absolutely no socialization skills? Because to me, it's obvious that this is just small talk. Kody does not care about Meri in the slightest. If he really did, he wouldn't keep making the comments about her not being able to see the writing on the wall. He would say to her, Meri, we are divorced, and I have absolutely no intentions of being married to you ever again. And he would say this in a manner that she really gets it, because Kody gives her mixed signals. And it sounds completely cruel for me to say it this way, because he's told her in so many different ways that he does not want to be with her. But I feel like at this point, he's just going to have to be blunt. Extremely blunt. If she got to cry it out, then let her cry it out. But he needs to just stop playing around. But we see towards the end of this conversation that he's not going to stop playing around. He's going to keep playing around. Robin claims that he obviously still cares about Meri because You don't remember things about the past with people you don't care about. I do not agree with that statement at all. There's a whole bunch of things that I remember about someone that I am no longer with. And if I recall correctly, even though I have yet to get back to it in my rewatch, watch if you haven't, Robin has managed to tell us a whole bunch of things, some of which, looking back now, I believe are complete lies and fabrications about her ex. Are you saying that at the time when you were saying that you still cared about him? Since this is your logic with Meri, that you wouldn't, bring up memories and stuff about someone you didn't care about. Robin said she was worried when Meri told her. And then she talks about in front of Kody how they're going to have to work on scheduling. And Kody makes a face like, work on scheduling for what? He says, as they're sitting there talking, that he does not understand why they're talking about the dynamic that the three of them have, because he truly doesn't want Meri to be a part of their family. And he doesn't like that Robin is doing this. Robin says it's very frustrating that Kody isn't helping her with him maintaining his relationships with his wives. And sometimes she feels like his lack of trying is a deal breaker. She's tired of Kody. I feel like Robin thought that she signed up for something more, and she's realizing that she didn't get everything that she wanted either. Robin then asks Meri if she's going to address the concern that she has. And when she said it with a smirk. Robin knows that he does not want Meri. So why would Robin have Meri put herself out there like that more for Kody to just look at her like she's crazy and not really come out and say what he's truly feeling? Meri says in her confessional that she doesn't have a problem saying what she's thinking, but she thinks that Kody is going to have a problem hearing it, so she just feels like she shouldn't say it. Meri let Kody know that just because she's doing what she's doing, it does not mean she's leaving the family or him. It's just business, and she hopes that he doesn't think that she wants to walk away. And he lets us know that Meri saying this has absolutely no effect on him. He then started asking her about the B&B and, what she's doing with it and why she's doing with it. And Robin's reminding him that she's keeping it because it's sentimental. And I don't even understand why it's a thing. You don't want her. Why do you care what she's doing? Stop the small talk and just let it go. Meri reminds him that she did not just buy the house in Utah because she wanted to live there. She bought it so it could stay in the family. They go back and forth about what he's trying to say versus what they're trying to say. And he tells her that she should move into the house and use it more. So my question is, does Robin still think that this relationship is something worth hanging on to when he's telling Meri to move into the house? Not a house in Flagstaff, but a house in Utah. At least that was his first. I wish Meri would see that he wants her to walk away. Meri does a whole bunch of talking back and forth about how polygamous men have 2 homes and all this other stuff. But even with Meri's snarky comments in her confessional, she looks dumb because at this point, he has said that he does not feel like there's a reason for her to be in Flagstaff. He said she has a space in Flagstaff for a remote relationship with him and Robin. And it is remote because y'all hanging out for Thanksgiving and Christmas seems to be the extent of the relationship. And I'm wondering if that's only done because of filming. She lets him know that she's sorry, but she still has hope. Meanwhile, once again, he's wondering why she's still in Flagstaff. She said the business causes her more anxiety than he knows. She was hoping that he would care. She's crying. he's straight-faced. She said conversations like this just makes her want to say, go ahead, Meri, just go. It's time for you to live your life. Do it. Like, Meri should have left a long time ago. Cody lets us know that he has one wife that he has a good relationship with. And he's afraid that if he lets go of the other ones, she won't want to be with him. So Cody is only not letting go of Janelle and Meri at this point because of Robin, but he feels like he can string them along in whatever way he wants to, as long as he's appeasing Robin. Got it. He then decides to shift the conversation and asks Meri if she wants to build something really quickly on Coyote Pass, something like what Janelle wants. Did he not tell Janelle that they couldn't build on Coyote Pass until the land, like they made the payment for the land, that it was paid off? This man plays so many games. He then says, openly in confessional, that at this point, he isn't thinking about them paying and like building the house right now. He said, let's get the land paid for and then we can divide it and then she could build on it. What the entire hell? So you only want the land to be paid off and you want to keep Meri so Meri can help you pay it off. He even went as far as asking her if she would want to live in an RV while they build her whatever her dwelling is on the land. He said it was hard living there with Coyote Pass, but you know, there were more bodies in there and there were more dogs, and basically it's just going to be you. Then Robin says, see, this is why I see hope, because she's still a part of the picture on Coyote Pass. I hope that she did not say this after he made this comment about the dogs. I hope that TLC edited this in a manner that makes it seem like that, because if she meant this, y'all, close your ears. I gotta write it how I gotta say it, how I wrote it in these notes. Bitch. The reason why he's saying this, the reason why he's including her in this, the reason why he's doing this is because he wants her money. You don't understand why she's still keeping this business. This woman just told you how frustrated and anxious she gets when thinking about the Airbnb or the bed and breakfast, the B&B. And you're changing the conversation to her helping you finish with Coyote Pass. He then talks about how he wants to build like a metal building to park his cars and put all the stuff that he has that he had to take out of Janelle's and all of them, because he just has oh so much stuff. Excuse me, things that he shouldn't even have. He wants to put all of that in a metal tin on Coyote Pass, and he wants to put a loft in there. How about Cody stops buying stuff and he gets rid of the crap that he bought with his other wife's money? He says again that the writing is on the wall, and as long as she wants to live in denial, he's going to do it with her. He says, I'm not worried about you because I don't think you're leaving, so don't worry about it. And Robin smiles. He doesn't mean that. It's obvious that he said that to appease Robin and to continue to do exactly what Christine said that he likes to do, which is string his wives along. Meri says he's saying that, but he's really not concerned about me leaving. He's not. Robin claims that she told Meri that she doesn't want to try anymore. That if she doesn't, it's okay. That if she wants to leave, it's going to have to be okay. She wants her to be happy. She then lets us know, at least this is what she claims Meri told her, that she needs Robin to always tell her that there's hope. She needs Robin to fight for her because there are days where she's too weak to fight for herself. Meri, if it requires 10 years of a fight, is it really worth something that you have to fight for? I don't think that this is what God intended. I'm not a part of their religious beliefs, but I refuse to believe that someone who is, or a being that is supposed to be about love, would want you to inflict this much harm on yourself. Meri has been emotionally damaged, and I blame her parents first and Kody second, because at this point, what's going on? Let it go. Let's go to Garrison. Garrison bought a house in Flagstaff. Gwen, Gabe, and Garrison want to live with each other. Christine doesn't think it's a good idea. She talks about how they have different political views and all these other things. We see them trying to figure out the room situation. Gabe talks about how his mothers have basically, like, and he's talking about Christine and Janelle, have abandoned ship and they're in their own lifeboats. But he appreciates that Christine and Janelle did a good job keeping them as a family. Garrison says that he's going to create an agreement with them for moving in, as far as like if they fall out or anything, that they still will be paying bills. They're not going to abandon, you know, building and all that other stuff. Very smart. Christine brings up how there's the empty townhouse beside her and she wants Janelle to move in next door. She says that she thinks it would be really great if they could live next to each other. Janelle says she wouldn't mind that, but she also would like to live closer to Maddie, and she just thinks that they should have a bunch of houses all over the place. They talk about the holidays and what that looked like, and Garrison said that we can even do, you know, Christmas over here or the holidays over here. They talk about, like, you know, the next upcoming holiday, and Garrison said, wherever Christine is having Thanksgiving, that's where I want to have Thanksgiving. They are very much connected to Christine. Christine very much is a second mom to them, and I appreciate their dynamic. Janelle thinks that it is the end of her and Kody spending holidays together. So at this point, hearing them plan something is nice. Gabe reminds us that the wedge between the boys and their father came when they opposed his views about COVID. Gabe says that basically he said his opinion and he shut it off, and that was the end of it. Kody didn't want to talk about it anymore. They agreed to always do something together for the holidays. Christine said that it's harder on Janelle's kids than hers, even though it's hard on all of them, because Christine's kids were accustomed to not having Kody around as much because he wasn't there as much for her kids. But Janelle's kids had him more at one point, so it's harder for them. We find out that Christine comes to Flagstaff for Janelle's birthday, but she found out from Maddie that Janelle is going out with Kody for it. She says that Janelle was upset with the way, well, Janelle says that she was upset with the way that Kody handles Savannah, but she's willing to go out with him if they just put all the other things to the side for her birthday. Christine says Janelle still loves him and wants to be with him, but she doesn't know if he's worked things out with her kids, so she doesn't know how that's going to work. Meanwhile, we have Janelle in the confessional saying that she doesn't really foresee them being together. Christine says she told Maddie that no matter what Janelle decides to do, whether it's that she decides to stay with Kody or leave Kody, that she wants Janelle to do whatever makes her happy. We then get to Kody, who says he sees potential with them, doesn't quite understand why they're not doing well. Janelle says despite being in the place that they're in, she still enjoys his company. They've been together for almost 30 years. So rather than staying at home, she doesn't have a problem going out with him. We then get to Janelle and Cody in a car on her birthday, heading to Mariposa. I'm probably saying that name wrong. Some restaurant that Janelle really likes, and that we found out they were supposed to go to a few times, but apparently they canceled or they couldn't get reservations. Something always came up that didn't allow them to go. As they're in the car, I keep hearing Janelle calling him honey, and it's very cringy to me. Because with all that he's done to your children and to you, I don't understand how Janelle could call him honey. But then I guess it's probably a force of habit. Cody points out that he's really proud of himself and he thinks that he did a really good job because he got reservations to a place where she can't get them. And it makes him feel like the magic man. She repeats that she wants a fun and easy evening. She's smiling from ear to ear the entire time in the car ride. Cody said that he feels like a guy on a first date that's jonesing for a kiss. I'm going to say that he feels like a guy on a first date because this is probably the most time that he's spent with Janelle in 6 months. At least that's what he said. And it might be the most that he spent with her for an entire year because we know that they didn't see each other a lot for the pandemic. And Cody made it known to us that he did not like staying in the RV on Coyote Pass. Janelle says she wished she had one of those first date question books so that they can read that while they're on the date because they're starting over. I don't understand why Janelle is going through the motions of this. I thought maybe at one point, is Janelle just doing this for a scene? Because how do you get to almost 30 years of marriage and you're talking about how we need to get to know you book? But then I thought, okay, she's basically saying she does not know who this man is now. And if they're going to try to reconcile in any type of way, then that's what she needs from him. As she's saying this, you can literally see the Cody bubble pop. Cody let us know that he thought he was going to be able to take her to this restaurant that she really, really wanted to go to, and it would allow him to be back into her good graces. What Cody is failing to realize is in order to be back in Janelle's good graces and for there to be true reconciliation, it's not only going to require for you to get things right with her, but it's going to require for you to get things right with the kids. And I don't see that happening. He says that her blocking him is really bringing him down a notch. Janelle then in her confessional says that her and Cody aren't who they used to be. And at this point, Cody is much more wrapped up in Robin and her children. She says Robin and Cody think a lot alike and they want to live the same kind of life. And she's looking for a relationship where she's equally considered. In other words, she wants something where it's not just about Robin and her kids. She wants a relationship that whether she agrees with you, thinks the same way as you, that you still or not, that you still continue to love her and are there for her. Because Cody's love is very conditional. They end up turning off the cameras because Janelle says it's just easier that way. Found out they went to Sedona, ate some good food, saw some stuff, came back home. That was that. She said at one point her hand was in his hand and she removed it because it felt weird. He feels like they could be in love again, like he could fall in love with her again, but he needs to trust her. And he wants to feel like a person, not an object. Cody really feels like his six-pack that he claims that he has is doing something. And Cody, I don't think that that's what it is. I think Janelle really held Cody to a certain standard. And Cody is no longer fitting in that box that he used to fit in. I'm so proud of myself. I did not go as long as I thought I was going to go. It's a little all over the place with my notes, but I hope you did follow along. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Really, Let me know your thoughts down below. I enjoy reading them and I try to respond to them in a timely manner. Thank you so much, guys. I am at 200 and I think 24 subscribers. My goal for now, because I'm aiming high, is to be at 250. So if you have yet to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. Once again, thank you for your time. You don't have to come here. You don't have to watch me, but you do. And I appreciate it so much. Let me turn my little clicker on. Until next time. See, y'all, if you haven't been watching, I'm trying to do some things differently. So I got a little clicker, turn off my camera. And every time I go to turn off my camera with the clicker, it doesn't work right. So I have to show y'all my little clicker. I'm going to try this again. Until next time.